When everyone is gone, the world stops being loud. The engines, the arguments, the meaningless noise of civilization all fade into a silence that breathes. But it's not empty. The silence has weight. It presses against your thoughts until you start hearing echoes that aren't there. That's when you realize something terrifying. Your mind was built for company. Every word you ever spoke was shaped by the presence of others. Remove the listener, and language collapses. The brain starts recycling its own voice, trying to keep itself alive with memory, imagination, ghosts. The silence becomes sentient. It starts asking questions you don't want answered. What are you without others to define you? Without reflection, identity begins to rot. The solitude isn't peaceful, it's corrosive. Every thought becomes a mirror, and soon you're not sure which one is real. The apocalypse doesn't start with the end of the world. It starts when your own thoughts turn against you. Your mind craves dialogue like your body craves oxygen. Alone, you start talking, to the wind, to a broken radio, to a corpse that doesn't talk back. It's not madness, not yet. It's biology. The human brain evolved for social survival. Mirror neurons, oxytocin, serotonin, all chemical signals meant to keep the tribe together. Without them, the mind starves. You start inventing voices, memories replayed as company. You argue with shadows. You whisper apologies to the dark. The illusion becomes your oxygen mask. Because solitude isn't quiet. It's a scream stretched across days. The last conversation you have might not be with another person. It might be with yourself, or with the last piece of your sanity trying to bargain for meaning. You keep talking because silence means extinction. In the end, communication isn't about being heard. It's about not disappearing. Even when alone, your body behaves as if others still exist. You still look both ways before crossing an empty street. You still straighten your posture when passing reflections. Instincts built from millions of years of group living. Humans were never built for isolation. Our nervous systems sync with others through micro-expressions, posture, breath. Without those external regulators, your heartbeat becomes erratic. Sleep fractures. Cortisol floods your blood. Your immune system weakens. Loneliness isn't an emotion, it's a biological emergency. Studies once showed that isolation changes the brain's architecture, shrinking areas responsible for empathy and expanding those for fear. The longer you're alone, the more your body turns against you. You become both prisoner and warden. The apocalypse outside was just the rehearsal. The real collapse happens inside the skull. At first, dreams are vivid, full of memories of people you once knew. You wake up and feel them fading like smoke. But as the months pass, the dreams decay. Faces blur, voices distort. Eventually, the people in your dreams stop talking altogether, like they've forgotten language too. Your subconscious gives up trying to recreate humanity. It starts building something else, something quieter, more alien. You dream of static, of repetition, of endless walking through empty halls. The brain is trying to protect you from loneliness by numbing imagination itself. This is the final defense mechanism, apathy, the loss of emotional color. When dreams die, hope follows. But if you can still dream, even of the past, it means some small fragment of civilization is still burning inside you. Guard it like a candle in a storm. There's a moment in every survivor's story when they stop recognizing themselves. You catch your reflection in a cracked mirror and it feels wrong, like the face is wearing you. The longer you stare, the more the uncanny grows. That's depersonalization, the brain's emergency response to trauma and sensory deprivation. It detaches you from your body to stop the pain from flooding in. You become an observer of your own existence. It's useful at first. You can move, act, survive without emotion slowing you down. But over time, it's like watching a movie you can't leave. You fade from protagonist to ghost. The reflection doesn't blink when you do. You wonder if you've already died and this is the afterimage. That's the psychology of the last human. Still breathing, but unsure if being alive still means something. Memory was once a comfort. Now it's a toxin. Every familiar face you recall reminds you that connection once existed. The warmth of human laughter turns acidic when it has no future. The brain adapts by erasing details, first voices, then names, then the idea of belonging itself. You start remembering facts instead of feelings, numbers, procedures, survival techniques. You forget birthdays, but remember how to sterilize water. Emotion becomes a luxury you can't afford. Yet somewhere in that erosion lies the last spark of humanity. The memories that hurt the most are proof you haven't completely adapted. Because the moment you stop missing the world, you've stopped being human. The pain is the anchor. Without it, you drift into something cold and efficient, something that survives but doesn't live. The instinct to survive is blind. It doesn't care why you live, only that you do. But survival without meaning is just prolonged decay. You eat, drink, sleep, wake, and repeat. Routine becomes religion. Every task you complete convinces your brain that tomorrow matters, even when it doesn't. That's the cruel joke of evolution. Your biology fights for a future even when your mind sees none. Hope, then, isn't optimism. It's a malfunction, a glitch that keeps the body moving despite knowing the truth. And maybe that glitch is sacred. Maybe meaning isn't something we find, but something we build to keep madness away. In a dead world, faith isn't in gods or systems. It's in the sheer refusal to stop existing. Words change when no one hears them. You start speaking slower, softer, as if the air itself is listening. You invent new phrases for sensations no one else can verify. Language becomes private, coded, poetic. Every sentence is a conversation with yourself. This is how myths are born, from lonely minds trying to translate silence into story. You begin to treat the environment like an audience. The walls, the wind, the ruins. The act of speaking becomes sacred again. You start to understand why early humans painted caves. They weren't decorating. They were proving they existed. Every mark, every word, every whisper is defiance. Language doesn't just describe survival, it is survival. After enough time alone, your mind invents company. Not hallucinations, companions, shapes that move in your peripheral vision, footsteps behind you that vanish when you turn. You give them names, personalities, even arguments. The brain creates them to stabilize itself, to simulate the feedback loop of social presence. You know they aren't real, but that doesn't matter. You talk to them anyway, because reality stopped being a shared agreement a long time ago. When the world ended, so did consensus. The last human is not crazy. They're adapting. The imaginary becomes necessary infrastructure. Every species builds tools to survive. Yours just happens to be ghosts. There's no cinematic ending, no revelation, just continuity. You keep moving, eating, thinking. The apocalypse wasn't the end of the world. It was the end of witnesses. And yet, if you're still narrating, still trying to make sense of it, some fragment of civilization survives in you. Consciousness itself becomes rebellion. Because to think is to resist entropy. Maybe that's what humanity was all along. Not the cities, not the machines, not the crowds, but the awareness that we're alone and we choose to keep imagining otherwise. The last human isn't the final chapter. They're the prologue to whatever comes next. As long as one mind still wonders, the world isn't finished. It's just waiting to be remembered. If you're still here, still listening, that means something. It means this world, our world, isn't completely gone. Because every view, every thought, every heartbeat adds oxygen to the last spark of what we were. This channel isn't just stories. It's memory, survival, and resistance against silence. So if you felt something, anything, don't let it vanish into the noise. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Because every time you do, the signal grows stronger. And somewhere in the ruins of the old world, another survivor will hear the echo. And remember, they're not alone.